Hello friends, welcome back. Here is our compiler on prevention of operational mismanagement. You can see many repeated questions on section number 244 of this chapter. Come, let's go through. Here is our first question. This is from May 2018 RTP, and this question is as same as given in our study material. Hope you have already gone through this question in our previous video. Come, let's scroll down. And here is our new one more question from March 2018 mock test paper. Let's go through the question. The members of a company with no paid up share capital filed a complaint against change in management of a company, due to which it was likely that the affairs of a company will be conducted in a manner that it will be prejudicial to the interest of its 25 members. The total number of members of a company were 100. On inquiry and investigation on the complaint, having a reasonable ground to believe that the transfer or disposal of assets of a company may be against to the interest of its shareholders, the tribunal passed an order that such transfer or disposal of assets shall not be made during 1 year of such order. Evaluate on the basis of the given facts the following situations according to Companies Act 2013. Eligibility of the members to file a complaint, where if the management dispose of certain assets in contravention to the order of the tribunal. So these are the two questions that has been raised and they are asking us to answer. Quickly go through this question facts once again. 25 members are against to the company's management, saying that the affairs of a company are conducted in a manner prejudicial to the interest of shareholders. And based on that, the tribunal has passed an order stating that no transfer or disposal of assets shall be made during a period of 1 year of such order. Now, as per section 244 of the Companies Act, it clearly states that where a company has no share capital, then 1/5 of the total number of members can file a petition before tribunal. So 1/5 of the total members is 100. 1/5 of which will come to 20. Whereas the application has been filed by 25 members and hence the petition is valid. Let's go through the answer. Section 244 of Companies Act 2013 provides the eligibility of members who hold the right to application under Section 241 for oppression and mismanagement with the tribunal. This qualification was provided in Section 244 ensure that only the persons with sufficient interest in the affairs of a company can file the petition under Section 241 of the Act. According to the section, in the case of a company not having a share capital not less than 1/5 of the total number of members are eligible to make an application before the tribunal. Where any members of a company are entitled to make an application under section 244 subsection 1, any one or more of them having obtained the consent in writing of the rest may make an application on behalf and for the benefit of all of them. It is saying that any one person can take lead and can file an application before the tribunal. In the given scenario, requirement of minimum members is fulfilled. That is, it is more than 1/5 of the total number of its members of a company. That is 1/5 of 100, which is coming to 20. So, the members of a company are eligible to file the petition to the tribunal under section 241. However, the tribunal may, on an application made to it in this behalf, waive off or any of the requirements specified under 244 so as to enable the members to apply under section 241. According to section 221 of Companies Act, if it appears that to the tribunal on a complaint made by members as specified under section 244 that the removal, transfer or disposal of funds, assets, properties of a company is likely to take place in a manner that is prejudicial to the interest of its members, tribunal ordered that such transfer, removal or disposal shall not take place during such period not exceeding 3 years as may be specified in the order, or may take place subject to such conditions and restrictions as the tribunal may deem fit. What it is saying, in short, we can say that as per section 221, the tribunal may restrict or may suspend the activities like transfer, removal, or disposal of funds, assets, or properties of the company without its permission, or it may even completely suspend those activities up to a maximum period of 3 years, or any such date which has been specified in the order, whichever is earlier or the later. Here, in the given case, management disposed of certain assets within 1 year of such order of tribunal. So, accordingly, the company shall be punishable with fine which shall not be less than 1 lakh rupees but which may extend up to 25 lakh rupees. And every officer of the company who is in default shall be punishable with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 3 years, or with a fine which shall not be less than 50,000 but which may extend to 5 lakh rupees, or both. So this paragraph is speaking about the penalty, because the question has asked us, what if the company has violated the conditions or the terms of the tribunal's order. It is saying, as per section 221, if company has violated any of the conditions specified in the order, then a penalty of minimum 1 lakh which may extend up to 25 lakh, and every officer in default shall be punishable with fine which shall not be less than 50,000 but which may extend to 5 lakh, and imprisonment which may extend up to 3 years, or both. Hope you are clear with this question. Once again, let's go through this. So in this question, in just a brief, whether the members are eligible to file an application? Yes, because 1/5 of total number of members are required. Since the 25 is more than 20, they are eligible to file an application. What if the management dispose of? Then we have already gone through the penalty of both the company and the officer in default. Hope you people are clear with this question. Let's go through the next question. May 2018 क्वेश्चन पेपर में क्वेश्चन है, JSK, a shareholder of CRI Private Limited, filed an application before erstwhile Company Law Board alleging various acts of oppression and mismanagement in the affairs of a company and sought certain relief measures. The petition was transferred to NCLT on its constitution. The NCLT passed an order on 5th of October 2017 without the consent of parties. Aggrieved by the order, the shareholder decided to prefer an appeal. Nevertheless, the shareholder was suffering from low blood pressure. He was medically advised not to move and he did not move. Therefore, he preferred the appeal with NCLAT on 5th of December 2017. Examine whether the appeal is admissible with reference to the time limitation. Identify the provisions governing further appeal of orders of NCLAT under section 423 of the Companies Act. So, here the shareholder is aggrieved by the order of NCLT and now he wants to prefer an appeal before NCLAT, that is the Appellate Tribunal. We already know that the time limit is 45 days plus a condonation of delay of up to 45 days. And if the person is still aggrieved with the order of Appellate Tribunal, then he may go to Supreme Court, that is 60 days plus condonation of 60 days. That is what has been written here. Come, let's go through. Here is our answer. Appeal from orders of tribunal. According to section 421 of Companies Act, any person aggrieved by an order of tribunal may prefer an appeal to appellate tribunal. However, no appeal shall lie to the appellate tribunal from an order which was made by the tribunal with the consent of parties. But in the question, it has been clearly given that NCLT has passed an order without the consent of parties. Time period of appeal. Every appeal in the above case shall be filed within a period of 45 days from the date on which the copy of order of tribunal is made available to the person aggrieved. Provided the appellate tribunal may entertain an appeal after the expiry of said period of 45 days, but within a further period not exceeding 45 days, if it is satisfied that the appellant was prevented by sufficient cause for filing the appeal before the within that period. In the given case, NCLT passed an order on 5th of October 2017 without the consent of parties on the acts of oppression and mismanagement in the affairs of company and for obtaining certain relief measures. JSK shareholder aggrieved by the order of NCLT can prefer an appeal in the NCLAT within 45 days from the date on which a copy of order of tribunal is made available to the person aggrieved. However, a reasonable ground this period may be further extended by 45 days. That is within 90 days from the date on which the copy of order of tribunal is made available to JSK. Further appeal on the orders of NCLAT. Section 423 of Companies Act provides that any person aggrieved by any order of appellate tribunal may file an appeal to the Supreme Court within 60 days from the date of receipt of order. Provided that the Supreme Court may, if it is satisfied that the appellant was prevented by sufficient cause from filing the appeal within the said period, allow it to be filed within a further period of not exceeding 60 days. So, in this given question, we have gone through the answer and we understood that he can prefer an appeal before NCLAT, wherein the period is 45 days plus 45 days. The second 45 days is relating to condonation, and even if he is still aggrieved by the order of NCLAT, then he may go to the Supreme Court, wherein the period is 60 days plus 60 days. In this question, the assumption used is in the question, date of order of NCLT may be taken as date on which the copy of order of tribunal is made available to the person aggrieved to answer the question within the provided information. Since in the question it has not been clearly said when the order has been received by JSK, it is assumed that the date of order itself is the date on which JSK has received the order. Hope you are clear with this question. Let's move on to March 2019 MCQ, which is as same and ditto from our study material. This was the first MCQ in fact. Let's go through the next question. August 2018 MTP. XYZ Limited proposed for amalgamation with the PQR Limited. The issued and paid up capital of XYZ Limited is 5 crore consisting of 5 lakh equity shares of 100 each. The said company has 500 members. It was believed by certain members of a company that the proposed scheme of amalgamation resulting into the transfer and disposal of funds and assets of a company to the transferee will be affecting their interest. So, 80 members holding 10,000 equity shares of a company decided to file an application for relief before the tribunal. Examine the given situation in the light of Companies Act 2013, whether the said petition will be maintainable. In case where it appears to the tribunal that such proposal is likely to affect the interest of members, remedy available to the aggrieved members. Hope you are clear with this facts of the case. XYZ Limited is having 500 members. Its share capital consisting of 5 lakh equity shares of 100 each. So it is planning for an amalgamation with PQR Limited, wherein 80 members of the XYZ Limited are feeling that this particular amalgamation is resulting into transfer of funds to the transferee company, and hence they have filed an appeal before the tribunal. Hope you are clear with the facts of the question. Come, let's go through the answer first. See, same section 244 is a important section, in fact we can say, because almost all the questions are asking based on section 244 itself. They are asking whether the appeal is maintainable or not, whether the minimum number of members are there to file an application. These are the questions which are been asked. Same as per section 244, in case of a company having share capital, it is 100 members or 1/10 of total number of members, or members holding not less than 1/10 of total issued share capital of a company. So in the given case, 5 lakh equity shares held by 500 members. So considering this point with the facts given in with the conditions given in section 244, let's examine. The total number of members making an application is 80. Amount of share capital held by the members making the petition is 10 lakh. That is, the petition shall be valid if it has been made by the lowest of the following: 100 members or 1/10 of total number of members, that is 1/10 of 500, which is 50, or members holding 50 lakh share capital being 1/10 of total. Total is 5 crores, out of which 1/10 is 50 lakh. It is evident the petition made by 80 members meets the eligibility criteria specified under section 244, as it exceeds the minimum requirement of 50 members in this case. Therefore, the petition is maintainable. Further, section 221 of Companies Act states that where it appears to the tribunal on any complaint made by such number of members as specified under subsection 1 of section 244, having a reasonable ground to believe that the removal, transfer or disposal of funds, assets, property of a company is likely to take place in a manner that is prejudicial to the interest of a company or its shareholders or to the public at large, then the tribunal shall may pass an order stating that such transfer, disposal or removal of assets, funds or properties of a company by suspending them for a period of not exceeding 3 years, or subject, they can take place, these there can be a transaction but subject to some restrictions. Hope you are clear with this question. This is the same question that we have read previously. In case of contravention, the company will be punishable with a fine of 1 lakh rupees, which may extend up to 25 lakh rupees. Person in default shall be punishable with both imprisonment or fine, or both. So imprisonment, which may extend up to 3 years, and fine not less than 50,000, which may extend up to 5 lakh rupees, or both. This is a simple question. Almost all the questions of this chapter are based on these two sections only, 244 and 221. Let's go through the next question. August 2018 MTP. Mr. B. Dutt is a managing director of Food Plaza Restaurants Private Limited. Food Plaza Restaurants Private Limited was incorporated in furtherance of joint venture agreement between Mr. B. Dutt and Jack India Private Limited in 2017, both having 50% of equal share in the said company. FPRPL was to be governed by the terms and conditions set out in the Memorandum of Association and Articles of Association. During the course, JIPL, that is one of the member of the company, held the board meeting without giving prior notice of such meeting to Mr. B. Dutt, took decision to remove Mr. B. Dutt with an allegation of mismanagement of fund